Hi, I'm Joe. I'm the content writer over at Xendoo. I'm here today with our COO, Julia Aquino. We just wanted to do our part to raise awareness this Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So to start out, Julia, would you mind sharing a little bit about your story with battling breast cancer and your journey in that?
Absolutely. In 2005, my sister passed away from breast cancer. In 2012, I was actually diagnosed with breast cancer. And it started my journey to really understand the disease, but also how to survive, thrive, or at least take the steps necessary with the information that you have to make the best decisions for yourself as you fight the disease. And so it's been 9 years now. I'm cancer-free. I went through chemo, I had a double mastectomy, and I was very lucky to be able to take advantage of a drug called Herceptin, which was not around when my sister was diagnosed, but I do believe it is what saved my life and saved so many other lives. And I believe we have Herceptin because of breast cancer awareness campaigns, the month of October, and all the pink and all the money that's been raised to find a cure for breast cancer, one of the leading causes of death in this country right now.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. I guess my next question would be, what business advice do you have for people who are battling breast cancer and cancer of any kind, really?
So I think there's a couple things in that question. If they're actually going through breast cancer or cancer and going through treatment, it's really to understand the disease that you're fighting. One of the sources of information that I believe allowed me to work through my treatment and go to work every day was my willingness to understand the disease, understand what I was fighting, to know the numbers, right? There's so many numbers in cancer. There's your FSH levels, there's your tumor marker levels, there's your blood levels. There's all these numbers that matter to the truth of what you're fighting. And so mine was stage 1, which says, okay, great, it's a lower stage, but it was also very aggressive. So it allowed me to work with the doctors to come up with a plan that made sense. And we do the same thing in business, right? We look at the overall picture. We understand who our competitors are, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are. And knowing ours as a business, what our strengths are and what our weaknesses are, allows us to develop the strategy and then execute. And that's kind of what I did when I was fighting breast cancer, is I understood my numbers. I asked a ton of questions. I knew the disease I was fighting. I knew what my options were to fight against it, and then I took action. And on that path, what I did to go to work every day was I said to myself, I'm going to have power over cancer. I'm not going to allow cancer to have power over me. So I listened to my body. I made sure that my mind wasn't overtaking the truth. I looked at the facts, and then I got up and went to work. And knowing that I was on the path with a plan, knowing that I understood the treatment and I was doing all that I could, right? Because you can only take action with the power that you have in that moment.
Exactly.
Gave me the strength to keep moving forward and to keep fighting.
That's awesome. I love that. I guess another question that I would have, how can business owners who are battling cancer balance their lives, their health, and just running their business?
And I know many women who own their businesses and have been diagnosed, and the first question is, how do I do this? And we have to listen to ourselves. We have to understand our fear, acknowledge it, fight through it. Find a support system that's going to help you to move forward. In our businesses, if we can't do it all because we're going through chemo, because we're scared, because we're emotionally exhausted, find those around you who are going to support you through it. They're going to take it on for you when you can't. But when you can, And when you feel strong enough and when you have that support system around you, then what I would say is find the strength to take that next step, because every step we take moves us really further into the space of I can and I will. So ask for help, understand what you have to do, make a plan for that, and then move forward in whatever way you can. And be okay with where you are in the moment. Don't resist it. Don't make it wrong. Don't judge yourself. Don't judge others. But really start to understand what you're capable of, but also realizing the true power you have. Is that helpful?
Yes, very much. Thank you so much for being here with us and sharing your story and your advice, Julia. That was just wonderful.